very shortly. That way we have 9 questions over here, here, and some down there. I can't get the questions down there, and I'm sorry about that. Ron had a question. Mr. Ron, question. Good evening, James. Can you add the monitor version to YouTube? The monitor version to YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Double check, see if that's working. Give it. It's like mic check. Check one, check one. Okay. This is my web thing or anything like that. Somebody asked me to double check and make sure YouTube was working. So the only way I know there is through the channels, which got to go to the website and then go there and go there. Okay, so here we are coming up to YouTube. There it is right there. Look at that. 300 videos I have. That's quite a bit. All right, so they're both there, number 1 and number 2. Yeah, so they're both there. Just wanted to double check. All right, so that should work. Now, let's see who wants to go first. So if you're going to ask me about a stock, please make sure it's a dividend stock. Companies that share their profits, that would be great. That's number 1. Number 2, at least know something about the companies you're asking me to take a look at. Now, who do we have over here? Kay, how are you doing this, Kay? Kay Nicole? Oh, Kaylin. Oh, Kayla. Oh, Kayla Nicole. Hello. Sammy, how are you doing? And Mr. Eddie Lyman, good evening. How are you guys doing? So, let's see who's here tonight. Who's here? BLGD, Ben in New York City. Raj, good evening. Evie Stevie. Evie Stevie. I like that one, Stevie. Evie Stevie. Tufan, good evening. L, what's going on? Nellen, is that right? Did I say that right? Nellen? Wow. Uh-oh, I missed all these people. Nellen, there you go. Swamp Fox, Esther. Oh, I hate your chin. Who came up? What were your parents thinking when they named you that? IQ, Luna, what's going on? JP, what's going on? Rocky, Sandy, Allie, Julio. ¿Qué pasa, Julio? Adios. Good evening, Mr. P. Hercules, good evening. Morad. Okay, Jermaine, good evening. Hercules wants to take a look at American Express. First list. Let's take a look. AXP. When I see Doobie Goodwin. Drew, Steady Hustle. Good evening to you, sir. Roland Baller. Indy Maldall. Good evening. Danny Scott. Robert, Ricky, Squirrel. Brian. All right, I got to mute you guys over here. Got too much noise going in the background. Figures, it's Gates. Gates, you got to learn how to mute yourself, brother. Okay. Who-Man, Brian, Dave, Dana, Carr, Jimmy, Bambly Davis. Same name as always. All right. Daniel, good evening. Sasson, Richard, Chaz. All right, so that being said, let's get the ball going. Up, down, traders here. Who do we have over here? Okay, Joey Moss. Good evening there, Joey. Joey, doesn't look good every time you redact one of your messages. Tell everyone about you. I don't know if that's good or bad. Poland, Lucas, thank you. Hey, Beast is in the house. Can you explain what NFP is? Not for people. NFP, not for people. I have no idea what it is. What's up, Beast? Have you... What the heck happened to the market today after such great news? Okay. All right. Hope all had good week. It was going good for a while, and it tanked. Well, here's the thing. It was going good this morning, and I got a margin call. this afternoon. I only got one as far as I know. I haven't checked my other accounts yet because contrary to popular belief, I don't sit in my computer all day. I literally turned my computer on at 10 minutes of 9. So I have no clue what's going on because I walk away from the computer somewhere around 11 o'clock in the morning because I get my morning show that we do. We have a live show that we do, and we do live trading 9 until about 11. After that, I turn the computer off and walk away. I was in my garage making a birdhouse. I don't say a birdhouse. Let's call it a bird condo. I mean, the thing is freaking huge. Totally inappropriate. Laughs and cranky. Dude, I almost bought a put at 12.50 on put. I've been burned every time this month, so I didn't. Okay. I'm not quite sure. Laughed and cranky. We'll take a look at that in a bit. I'm going to pause that right there. We'll take a look at that. All right. I'm going to get rid of this guy here, the lawyer, because that kind of, you'd think if it is a lawyer, you know what I mean? Because he says lawyer, SD the lawyer, saying inappropriate stuff. Why would you do that? Okay, what else do we got? I'm up 2.6% this week. Right now, I have one that looks like it's going to expire and another one in the money. Cool beans. Good evening, John Werner. All right, good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm hoping Dow comes back. All right, we're going to take a look at Dow in a little bit, Beast. All right, so first and foremost, we're looking at American Express. We're going to say no to American Express for this week. Only be go for the whole thing. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, she goes up, down. Now she's going back up again. What happened today? Before I jump into American Express, I'd wait to see what happens here. Because she started out good. A nice big gap up. And then she dropped. Why? What happened today? Now, don't ask me, because I'm being totally 100% honest with you. I have not been online all day. Okay, I turned my computer off at 11 o'clock. Oh, I was thinking 11:30 this morning. And I haven't turned it on all day until just recently. And then I turn it on and I see I got a margin call. Well, it is what it is, but you know, hey. All right, so American Express, I would find out what went on today first. This is the new bottom here. Yesterday was one day to the upside. Now, no matter what happened today, this is still a higher high and a higher bottom. So it still counts as a second day to the upside. So hypothetically speaking, American Express could be a good opportunity for tomorrow, if, of course, you like American Express. So let's take a look at the 345s. Wrong one. Let's change this up a little bit. Go back to single. The 345s. Check it out. The 345s are going for 5.35. Well, that works for me. That's well over 1%. So let's see if American Express can be number one for next week. Okay, because I don't think it's going to do us any good for this week because we only have one day left and everything's going to expire tomorrow. So let's do this. The 345s are there on contract. And we're getting ready to get started. All we go by one covered call of American Express. 28 November, that's next Friday. Not this Friday, because we only got one day left. That's tomorrow. So there's not going to be very much time value left when you're selling options. See, I'm not an option buyer because 80% of all options expire worthless. So why would I want to buy one when I could be right 80% of the time selling them? That's just, I like the numbers. I like to be in my favor. All right, so 28 November, next Friday, the 345 call option. 644 is the profit, 33 is the investment. So what does that look like? What kind of rate of return is that? All right, so if 644 is the profit. 33,856 is the investment, and that comes to 1.9% if you like that. Well, of course I like it. I like 1.9%. So we're going to save this one. We're going to save this, and hopefully I'm going to write it down for next week. So it'll be right at the top of our list, depending on what happens tomorrow, of course. AXP. Okay. All right, let's do this. And there she is. American Express, AXP, 28 November. The 345 call option. 640 is the profit, 33 is the investment, and 1.9 is the rate of return. Now think of it this way. If I collect 1% every single week, that's over 50% per year. This is offering 1.9%. That's over 100% per year. That's like doubling my money every year. And it's American Express. Please, don't leave home without it. Oh, I couldn't resist. Don't leave home without it. All right, so let's save this one. And it's the first one for today. And it's 1.9. There we go. Let's see if I can do it again. I can. And I have no idea what that means. All right, let's go back. All right, so that being said, let's find another one. American Express, love it. Laughs and Cranky. SPY, huh? Now, I don't do SPY, but you asked, so I'm going to take a look at it. Hold on, I can get back. I can change everything back. SPY. Now, almost bought a put at 12.5 on SPY. I've been burned every time this month, so I didn't. Okay, I got a minor issue. Okay, that doesn't make any sense because SPY is at 652. Where are you coming up with 12.5? That's at 655, 656, 657. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that one, so we're going to go on to the next one. Beast wants to take a look at Dow. All right, Beast, what are we looking at on Dow? Oh, dude. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, sideways, down, sideways. We're at 20.95. The 21s are going for 53. That's more than 2% for Dow. Who came up with Dow? Beast. I'm hoping Dow comes back up a little to 215. That's a 21.5. So that it can't be assigned. I want the money next week. I'm going to go with Dell, I think. Okay. So you're doing the 21.5s. Dude, it's at 20 at the moment. It's at 21 right now. So you want, oh, so I see, you want it to be called away. What the hell just happened? Okay. So 30 days ago, we're right here. We shoot up. We come back down. This is Dow. It's going to find a bottom sooner or later. I'm putting Dow on the list for next week because that bottom's going to show up It's already on the list for next week. Imagine that. Already on the list for next week. All right. Up, down, trader. I think down will shine tomorrow, but either way, sell some for next week. I'm going to agree with you. S&P 14, should I invest in mutual funds? I have no idea what you're talking about. S&P 14, or should I invest in mutual funds? I don't like mutual funds, number one, because you're giving up control of your money and you're giving it to someone else who doesn't have your best interest in mind. Okay, more than likely, if you do that, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to concentrate on other things, give the money to someone else, let them take care of it for you. There's nothing wrong with that. But what are you doing here? Here is for people, this is created specifically for people who want to take control of their own money. Okay, because you get two choices. When you get to be retired like I am, say I retired 2 years ago, okay? When you retire, you get two choices and only two. One, give your money to someone else, let them do it for you, or take accountability and invest your own money. It is what it is. Whatever you decide, that's a choice for you, because we're all on our own different path. We all have our own different journey. We're all going someplace else. So what is it that you want? You have to figure that out. Once you figure out what you want, then learn as best you can to stay safe and have the profits be predictable, consistent, kind of nice, neat stuff. But I can't tell you what to do. You got to figure it out for yourself. Uh-oh, got another question over here. Mara. Uh-oh. See, now, Gates got Mara too. Okay, Gates, a lot of us got Mara, and it has dropped. Let's take a look at that one right now. Still a down day for Mara. Here's the high, down. Now, we thought the other day she stopped briefly, but now we get a new bottom at 1024. So, sorry, Gates, I'm in Mara also. Probably the same place that you're in. All right, what else we got next? Oh, NFP, non-farm payroll. I thought it was not for peasants. All right, where are we now? Okay. SPY was up 12.5 for the day. And then, okay, thank you there, Laughing Cranky. Carry Trader, how are you? Let me get my seat so I can get some of these questions done and out of the way. Not a whole heck of a lot's going to happen tonight because tomorrow is Friday. It's the end of the week. Options expire at 3:59 p.m. After 3:59, you can't do anything. Scott, David, J. Edgar, what's going on? No name, good evening. FVG. What is FVG? No options. We're going to pass on that one. Gemini, how are you? Mac, good evening. Jake Claver. How you doing, Jake? Robert, what's your most consistent ticker this year? That would be Coles. Oh, Bitu, Zim. Z-I-M. Now, isn't Zim a trucking company of some sorts? But it seems to have slowed down, a shipping company. Okay, check this out. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. What's going on right there? Let's zoom in a little closer. Yeah, no thank you. Okay, whoever came up with Zim, I don't buy at the high. That, my friend, is the 30-day high. Right there. What do you think it's going to do? Here's the bottom right there. There's the top. Look at all that space. Looks like it's got profit taken written all over it. Yeah, no thank you. Who came up with Zim? I ain't got enough capital sell options. Sorry about that, dude. Time Levity, good evening. Jonathan, how are you? Matthew Foxworth, good evening. Foo-Foo's in the house. Sorry about that, Laughs and Cranky. You ain't got enough money to sell options. Ooh, well, I'm not quite sure how to answer that one for you. How are you doing, James? Finally get a little bit of a relaxing from school and work. Manu, can you check the current time in your area? 11:34 p.m. What do we got? Crony, good evening. Rick Hancock, Yorkie. Zarabelba, all right. Cherry Hines, good evening. Big V, what's going on? Ronald, Smiley Reed, Sunny Days, good evening. What do I think about getting back into Kohl's in the next couple of weeks? What do you mean getting back into Kohl's? I still own Kohl's. I do. I still have some Kohl's. But let's take a gander at it and see what he's talking about. Well, I am from India, and it's currently 8 a.m. Good evening to you, Mano. All right, so here's our high, here's our low, here's where we were, here's where we are. Look at this, down, up, down. Okay, so we're in a little bit of a downturn right now for Kohl's. Look at your last 30 days. Okay, here's your bottom. She shot up. Now she pulled back. We're at 950. I'm just going to keep waiting for it to drop. But look at this. Yesterday was lower than today. So today has a higher low and a higher high. So you could say today's one day to the upside for Kohl's, which means I'm going to keep my eye on it tomorrow, and maybe it's already on the list for next week. Laughs and Cranky, 9 a.m. Alrighty. So, Soy Jose Rojas. Mac. What's going on, Mac? Okay, got it. Tina Lyons, how are you? B-Boy, good evening. Buford, good evening. Sepong, Fred. The FK Experience. Okay, I have no idea what that means, but all right. Jackie, what's happening? Finn Doodle. Justin, Felix, good evening, Miss Felix. Justin, that's funny because Justin Anderson and Justin Smith, one right after the other, just showed up. Me, Terry Fitz, what's going on? Floorman, Ruben, Good Life, Titan, Jeff, Greg, Kevin, Willie, Billy Stanley, Justy, what's going on? Ooh. Hercules wants to take a look at Levi's, L-E-V-I. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Levi's. However, unfortunately, same thing. Here's the top. She pulled back up, back down. Not the right time, but the right time is coming. Here's your last 30 days. Up, down, up. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. There you go. Now you get your profit taken. It should be here and here somewhere within the next couple of days. Tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's coming. It's going to bottom out, and when it does, we'll do the same thing. Hit the bottom, turn around, go back up. Because that's what stocks do. It's weird. That's what they do. So I'm going to put Levi's down for next week. So Hercules, remind me next week, take a look at Levi's again. All right. What else do we got? Lucky, Hercules, Alex. Are you dollar cost averaging some of your positions at a time like this? Not at this moment, Foo-Foo. And the only reason I say that is because today's Thursday. Okay, all my positions don't cancel themselves out or don't fix themselves or go to the next level until tomorrow. Everyone, full port they need account. I have no idea what that means. What happens when the option expires lower than your price? Lori, good evening. Great question. I'm not 100% sure, Laurie, what you mean specifically about that. But here's the thing, Laurie. What I do, I treat my stocks, I treat my money the same way I treat my pets. I feed them, I water them, and I tend to them every single day. I probably should take better care of my plants. I got a garden outside. I probably should take better care. Because I take better care of my money than I take care of my plants. That's not a good thing. Some of them ain't looking that good today. Anyway. The Wandering Jew, back again. Did you watch CWD today? I'm going to say no, because I said earlier, oh hell no. Dude, this thing has no options. No. Sorry. Don't even want to look at it. Hercules, PGR. Have no idea what PGR is. Yeah, but we missed this opportunity. Okay, check it out. 30 days ago, up, down. Here's your top, here's your bottom. She did it again. Yesterday was the top. Today she's coming back down again. Missed it by that much. Hercules, missed it by that much. All right. That being said, let's go back over to here. What do we have over here? Sonny, Justin, Akhtar, Victor Jackson, good evening. Dash, good evening. Mikey, Chris, Dante, C. Williams, Chico, Malat, good evening. Philhound, F this name thing. Okay, what were your parents thinking that time? Callie, Queen Daniel, Bill Myrtle, Tony, Brokey, Dan, Big Nambino, the Big Nambino, good evening. Todd Thompson, Calvin Hill, sure it's not the real Calvin Hill, but you know, Carlos is here. Paul, curious about it. ACB, Peaceful Rocket, Jim, Greg, Patrick, Johnny Boots. What's happening, Johnny Boots? Pierre-Luc Avril. Bonjour, bonsoir. Comment ça va toujours? Ça va bien, non? Danny, what's going on? Angel, Lisa. Just call me Angel of the Morning. Okay, NRA to the second. Okay, user. 50 file. 50 or fire. Okay. Bad Guy Jim. Big Mike. Big Mike's in the house. J-Fig. All right. You guys are all saying hi, but nobody's actually wanting to look at anything. Emerson. Sepp. Jim. Oh, I can't even read that one. It's a bunch of silliness. 6HDI4DJ. How do you pronounce that? Dodaro. Rolando. Mikkel Doral. Okay. Jeffrey, good evening. Okay, Bit2, Zim, where I looked at it. One secret to success. Well, good evening. Live encouraged more viewers to share. Cool, thank you. Mr. Wizard. Mr. Wizard, Mr. Wizard, Mr. Wizard. Why does that name sound familiar? Mr. Wizard. Who's Mr. Wizard? Who knows who Mr. Wizard is? It sounds like, wow, I'm missing all these. There it is right there. Mr. Wizard says, yo. All right. All right, we're looking at Zim. Okay. Mr. Wizard, Verizon new CEO, healthy dividend, let's get it. Chomp on that. Whoa. Chomp on that, Mr. Wizard. Mr. Wizard. Peabody. No. That was Mr. Peabody I was thinking. Okay, no, I forget it. Who's Mr. Wizard? Somebody know who Mr. Wizard is? Because I remember it was one of the Saturday morning cartoons. Mr. Wizard. Anyway. Okay, so Verizon, here we go. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this, down, up, sideways, down, up, down. What happened here? Looks like she ran out of steam. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Unfortunately, Verizon's at 4076. Now, I know Verizon was on our list sometime this week, but hold on. I know Verizon was on the list this week. Where is it? Let's see if we can find it. All right, Sunday. Dow, KHC, Occidental Petroleum, Schlumberg, K, Pepsi, INOQ, Verizon. Verizon, right there. I can't see it. Verizon, 41.5. All right. So Verizon 41.5 was on the list Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. All right. The 41.5 for Verizon. That's what we looked at earlier. Okay. That don't look too good, does it? The 41.5. So if I was going to roll it forward, I'd buy the 41.5 for 21. No, wait a minute. This week, 41.5 is at 5. Okay, see that? It's at 5. So I'd buy this one back at 5, and I'd sell that one at 18. Not quite a 0.5%, but still 0.5%. Think about it. 0.5% every week is still 26% for the year, if you like it. Now, Mr. Wizard, okay, this did look a hell of a lot better a couple of days ago. Right. Okay, right there looked pretty darn good. Here's the top, bottom. Now she's shooting up with all this space. The top's right there, bottom's right there. We're here. So we got that space right there. The 41.50s right there looked perfect the other day. Now, just because it looked perfect the other day doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. Okay, it doesn't work all the time, but think about it. Do you like Verizon? Okay, do you think Verizon's going to be around for the long haul? And a couple of days ago, 41.50 looked great. It doesn't look so good today, okay, because we went up 41.75. So we were right about it going up, the 41.75, but now we dropped down to the 40.76. Now, I'm okay with it because I don't mind holding on to Verizon for a little longer. It's Verizon, and it is heading to the upside other than what just happened today. Am I willing to hold on to it? Yeah, I'm willing to hold on to it. I have no desire to sell it for less than I paid for it. That just doesn't make sense to me. But that's me. Alrighty then. Donna Chamberlain. I'm jealous of you. Picture that like baby. Okay. Yep. I'm not even going to listen to that. Okay, you're a teacher. Thank you. Can you please look at IMSR? Why do I want to look at IMSR? Terrestrial energy. Sounds interesting. But hell no. It's at the bottom. Why the hell are we looking at something's at the bottom? Now, if you really like it, maybe she'll find a bottom and then turn around. I have no idea who they are. I have no problem looking at what you want me to look at. But kind of do me a favor. Make it something halfway decent. This thing, never heard of it. Next. ODFL. What happens when the option expires lower than your price? It just expires worthless. That's all, Laurie. Then you just go pick another one on Monday. ODFL. Mel, how are you today? ODFL. What is ODFL? ODFL. Old Dominion Freight. Okay. Now, Mel, I don't do monthlies. November, December, January, April, May, July. These are all months of the year. I don't do monthly options. The numbers just don't work for me. The Wandering Jew. Okay, Wandering Jew, I looked at CWD. It was a no 15 minutes ago. It ain't going to be a yes now. Husky Rebel, good evening. V. Amaya. All right. Calls and bets. Where I just saw that. Where was it? There it is. Okay. What's up? Show me your stats. My strat. Okay, my strat. Okay, sit tight. We'll be doing it all night long. Navitas. Okay, user 87348849, blah, blah. Oh, Mr. Shar. Thank you. That was nice. Thank you. You got to give me the ticker symbol to Navitas. I have no idea who they are. Angel Toast. Is Toast an actual stock? Toast. Apparently it's not. Okay? We cannot find that symbol. So if you can't find the symbol, wait a minute, it's TOST. T-O-S-T is toast. Okay. No idea who they are. Okay, here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. She drops, shoots up, drops again, and it's tanking. Unless you really like it, well, look at the numbers. The numbers aren't that bad. Let's see what we got. Now, I actually don't mind these numbers. Look at them. 73, 54, 39, 27, 19, 12. Those numbers look pretty good. I still have no idea what they do. Okay? Bottom, shoots up. Now she's dropping. What's going on right there? The last 30 days. The last 30 days always gives me a good idea of where is it going next. Okay? Well, here we go. Here's your high. Here's your low. She went up. She went down. Up and down. Well, waiting for a new bottom for toast, if you like toast. I'll write it down for next week, see what it looks like. Eric, hello from Tennessee. I'm new. Enjoy your live. Sold my first call today. Woohoo! Cool beans there, Eric. Side hustle 40, 44, 44, 44. How did it work out for Target after earnings? Well, that's a good idea. TGT. Okay. There's the dividend. There's the earnings. Okay. Stocks have a tendency to go down after the dividend. Okay. Have a tendency to go up before the dividend. Okay. Okay. Usually 2 weeks, the 12th. Back here, she goes up. Now she's going down. Here's the dividend. Here's the earnings. And she's still going down. Stock trading strategies. Okay. Zach, Google. I don't do Google, Zach. The reason why I don't do Google is Google only has 2 years of dividends. Only 2. Now, Patrick, I love Microsoft. I do. Patrick, let's take a look. MSFT. MSFT. Dividend. Oh, not good. Look at this. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She shoots up, pulls back, up, back. Okay, she's going to find a bottom sooner or later. Let's write Microsoft down for next week. Okay, that being said, I didn't repost CWD again. All right. Okay. Someone wants me to take a look at Bitcoin. Forgot you only deal with dividends. My bad. That's okay. What else do we have here? Thank you. Bitu, good evening. Mr. Wizard. Yep, got that one. Tufan, good evening. Thank you for that. Good evening. Ooh, Tufan wants to take a look at Pepsi. Now, we did find Pepsi the other day. We did. Look what happened. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 146, 230. That works. Wow. Imagine that. Okay, so that being said, that's Pepsi. Now, what happened the last 30 days? Okay, she shoots up, there's the top. Drops down, there's the bottom. Now, we were writing it up here. Okay, but apparently she stalled out yesterday and today. So when did we find Pepsi? Pepsi. Dow. Nope. Yep, right there, Pepsi. The 148. 148 on Pepsi. $148 right there. Yep, went up, past the 148, hit 150. Should have jumped out because that's more than 1%. Okay, 148. Now she's dropping. What's the 148 looking like for next week? Well, that works for me. Check it out, 148. It's 173. So I could roll it forward another week and pick up another full 1%, a little over 1%. Let's take a gander at it. Okay, the 148. Let's get this. We can do the 148 for next week. Let's find out. Here it is right there. Buy one covered call on Pepsi, the 148 call option, the expiration 5 December. So basically, if I did my trade the other day on Pepsi, normally what I would do now that she went up and she pulled back, now I just roll it into next week, where I'd buy back the one that I sold, push it up to next week, pick up another 1%, and be done and over with, and just hold on to the Pepsi. Mr. Sharp, what's up? I know that you don't like SCHD, but I'm new here. May I ask the reason why? The Wandering Jew. Markets crushed. I got liquidated. Sorry about that. All right. Hold on. Sit tight. Sit tight. Hold on. This is for the Wandering Jew. Okay. Now, Wandering Jew, I want to show you something. I got a couple of rules. Okay. I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, my rules are simple. Rule 1, never buy something I don't want to hold on to long term. I got no problem with most companies whatsoever. Okay, number 2, never sell for a loss. Here's where I have a problem with SCHD. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Okay, Wandering Jew. What that means is 20 years ago today was 2005. So, what did the company make in 2005? Did they make more in 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, 11? For 20 years. I'm looking for 2 decades. 20 years of consistent profits. All right, so look at the one I have up right here. I'm going to show you something. This is what I'm looking for. All right. 1998. See that right there? 1998. 25. 1999. 26. 2000. 27 and a half. 2001. 28. 2002. 29. 2003. 29 and a half. 30. 31. 33. 36. 39. 40. 41, 45, 49, 53, 57, 61, 65, 67, 72, 76, 79, 81, 89, 95, $1 and 3. Every single year for 7 decades, this company here has been consistently profitable. It means every single year, this number went higher and higher and higher and higher since 1998. Now, this one goes way, way, way back. But as far back as that was just, okay, not the point. Now, let's take a look at SCHD, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. SCHD. Here we go. Let's go all the way back. Now, number 1, SCHD profits go back to 2011. Now, when I say I want decades, 2 days, 2 years, not 14. That's 1. Okay? Number 2, 4, 4.6. That's higher. 6.8 higher, 6.9 higher, 8.6 higher, 6.6 lower. That's 1. Lower. 7.5 higher. 7.7 higher. Set. 8.3. 8.2 lower. 8.9 higher. 8.4. That's 3 times so far. 9.1. 9 lower. That's 4 times. 10. 9.9. It's 11 times lower. 9. 9.9. 10. 8.1. 12 times lower. 13. 10. 14 times lower. 10, 10, 10.3, 10.8 lower again, 14 times, 15 times lower, sorry. 11.4, 11.5, 8.7, 16 times going backwards. There's still more. I keep going. This thing's down almost as much as it goes up. When I say consistency of profitability, that means that number should get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Not up, down, up, down, up, down. No. Consistency of profitability, SCHD, doesn't do it for me. Sorry. Just don't like it. It's not consistently profitable. There's 100, 300 companies that are profitable year after year after year after year. Those are that I like. I just don't like SCHD. Terribly sorry. Not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I don't like it. Oh, thank you. Makes sense. That's so weird. See, out of everything I want you to get tonight, anytime you come here and listen to me babble for hours, there's one objective I have. Does it make sense? It makes sense or it doesn't. What else do we have? We just looked at Pepsi a little while ago. Bennett, good evening. Mike, good evening. Camille Brown, good evening. Megan Jones. Nupster, dude, what do you do on the downturn? Same thing I do on the upturn. Stocks go up, stocks go down. It's all the same. Where were we? Where were we? Wow, I missed all these questions. All right, here we are. Okay, what do you mean when you say 345 call option? What does 345 represent? Uh-oh. Okay, which one were we looking at when he went to 345? Was that Microsoft? I think it was. Okay, Microsoft. MSFT. 345. That wasn't it. What was the other one? 345. I have no idea. Sorry, Mike. You get old, you have a tendency to forget things. I usually write stuff down. Your max loss is 33 G's to make 640. T. Rombo. Wow. Interesting way of looking at it. But he's right. Okay, he says I'm going to risk 33,000 to make 640 bucks. Okay. What am I investing in again at 33,000? What was that? Anybody? Toast is a stock. Okay. AOT. Nope, not the one. Still learning. That's okay. Sit tight. Okay, so T. Rombo. Trumbo. Okay. So you think it's not a good idea to create weekly cash-producing assets on companies that have been in business for over 5 decades or maybe even 100 years? I have a question, and I hope you can help me understand. I had calls on NVDA, and they got cooked. I can't help you out with that one, John. NVIDIA is a crappy stock, in my humble opinion. Let me tell you why, Joel. Is it Joel? Yeah, Joel. Hold on a second. So here's NVIDIA. Okay, you said you liked it. Wonderful. Okay. per share is a one penny dividend. I'm not even going to say that's horrible, because if you can't figure 1 penny is horrible on $180, I can't help you out. But hold on, it actually gets worse. This video. Ready? Market cap 4 trillion. Forward PE 39. Okay. Return on equity. Interesting. Revenue per share. Okay. You ready for this, Joel? Revenue per share. How much money in as opposed to how many shares they have out. So for each share they have out, they have a revenue of $6. $6. $180 stock, and the revenue is $6. Hold on, it gets worse. Okay. Earnings per share, where is it? I just saw it. Earnings per share, $4. It's got $6 revenue per share, $4 profit per share, or earnings per share. Book value is $3. Joel, do you understand what book value is? Well, for this company, it's $3.24. $3.24. Joel, if the Supreme Court comes out and says, NVIDIA, you need to divest and pay off all your debts and repay all your investors, guess what you're getting for your $180? You're getting $3.24 per share. Why? Because the company's only worth $3.24 per share. That's it. And out of that $3.20 per share, $2.34 per share is part of the cash that they have laying around. So besides the cash that they have laying around, $2.34 per share, the book value, that means everything else, all the equipment, all the intellectual property, all the everything the company owns on the balance sheet, if they were told to liquidate, okay, you would get $3.24 a share. And out of that $3.24 a share, $2.34 a share is coming from the cash that they have sitting around. So where the hell is the value? Where the hell is the $180 value in that stock? I can't feel bad for you because you lost money on the options on a company that's only worth $3.24. The numbers are absolutely horrible for NVIDIA. Yeah, they're $4 trillion stock because they're one of the leaders on AI. But what else do they have going? Think about it that way. What else does this company have going for them? Because you got to remember, in the AI race, you're racing against Russia, the whole country. You're racing against India, the whole country. You're racing against China, the whole country, because they're all trying to be the best at this new AI crap. And then you go up against Elon Musk. And you honestly think NVIDIA with 1 or 2 products is going to be able to beat Elon with everything that he's got going for him. Sorry, I just can't get behind NVIDIA. I can't. The numbers don't work. It's all hype. And what else do they have to fall back on? Anyway, let's keep on keeping on. Tom Bro. Okay. So, Tom Bro, you think that making investments, look at it this way, okay? If I buy a stock, right? I buy a certain amount of them, like 100, 200 shares, I'm creating what is called a weekly cash producing asset. Weekly cash producing asset. Now, sit tight for 1 second. 33 G's, okay? So you seem to have a problem investing $33,000 to make $640 a week. $640 divided by 33,000 comes to a grand total of 1.9% for 1 week, Trumbo, whatever your name is. Okay? 1.9 for 1 week. Guess what happens after 1 week? I still own that asset, which means I can do it again. And what happens the second time I do it? Well, I might not get 640. I might get more. I might get less. Not the point. The point is I own a certain amount of shares, and however many shares you get. So if I buy 300 shares, I have 3 contracts. That's 3 contracts. Okay, that is a relatively decent asset, cash producing asset. So I put in 33 grand. Great, it gives me 2% every single week. Well, Trumbo, 2% every single week is over 100% per year. Okay, what investment have you done that you can double your money on? It's a question. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that big. All right, let's delete that. Let's get back to there. Let's get back to here. All right, what's next? So we already did Pepsi. So Trumbo, I'm terribly sorry, dude. I'm going to have to disagree with you. My max loss is 33,000 to make 640. Yeah, that's 2%, dude. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Mr. Sharp, the Qs, 3333 Qs. 3 of them. Show us the downside of that. Yeah, number one, I don't remember which stock that was. So Trumbo, share with me what one that was. Okay, Joel, at open. What do you mean at open? What stocks we getting tomorrow? Nothing, Russell. All right, where are we? Okay. Thank you. Ooh, Side Hustle 444, IBM. Well, let's take a look at IBM. I actually had some IBM. Interesting. Okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on right here? Everything's down except today. IBM seems to be up. 2020, right there. All right, here's the last 30 days. Okay, we were at 285. We dropped to 265. We shoot up to 325. Now we're at 290. Okay, up, down, up, down. Now she's turning around. Or is she? We don't know. Because yesterday is the new bottom. Today is higher for IBM. Now we're sitting at 290. Okay? So what do the 290s look like for IBM next week? $555. I like that number. 290. $555. Well, let's check it out. Let's check out IBM at 290. There it is. And at the market, there it is. And here, Johnny, check this one out. Buy one covered call, IBM, 28 November. That's next Friday. Okay, the 290 call, well, it's at 290 and 40 cents at the moment. The 290 for next week is paying 537. 28 G's is the investment. Okay, now Mr. Trumbo, you can have a problem with this one too? IBM's been around for longer than I've been around. So do I think IBM could go out of business? Yeah, it could. But is it going to? Have we gotten any news anywhere that IBM's in trouble? No. Joel, that's crazy. What happens to the market today? No idea, Russell. Have you ever talked about VTI? Wandering Jew, hold for 1 second. We'll take a look at that in a second. All right, so I have no problem with IBM. Let's check out the numbers. 537. Okay, 28,000. 463. 463. Grand total of 1.8%. I got no problem with 1.8%. Okay, slide it over there and slide it over there, and now we go. All right, let's check it out. Give it a second. This is IBM. And it is 1.8. Here we go. IBM, 28 November, 25. That's next Friday. The $290 call option. There's the profit, 537. Investment is 28,000. It's a 1.8% return for 1 week. Oh, come on. Ah! I haven't perfected this thing yet, if you haven't noticed. Try it one more time. One more time. That don't look right. There it is. All right. $1.8. All right, 1.8. IBM. Okay, Procter and Gamble. Who wants to take a look at Procter and Gamble? That company's over 100 years old. Why not, right? Okay, Joel, that's crazy. IBM, what have you talked about? Okay, Wandering Jew, VTI. What the hell is VTI? I'm terribly sorry, VTI. Vanguard. Sorry, dude. November, December, January, March, June, yeah. Who came up with this one? Wandering Jew? I don't do monthlies. Monthlies just don't work for me. Okay, yeah, and I get shit about it every single week. Why don't you do monthlies? Because they just don't work for me. Okay? Joel, you got it? All right. Wandering Jew. Sentiment in the market dropped. Seems like the market is hedging on NVIDIA. Whoa. Russell, what stocks are you getting into tomorrow? Okay, Russell, tomorrow's Friday. I don't really buy anything on a Friday. Friday options expire. So most of my options are going to expire tomorrow, and then I look at what's happening next week. Where can I find the calendar with all comps? Okay, Boston Stock Talk, how you doing today, brother? That is in Think or Swim. Okay, this is Think or Swim here. The calendar is right here on the Market Watch. Okay, you come up to the Market Watch, you bring your little cursor right there. Quotes, alerts, visualize, finance rate, calendar, right there. Alrighty, Joel, got that one, thank you. Boss, you jetting, I have a pocket. Okay, not quite sure what that means, but all right. Wandering Jew, I think we get hung up on how you are getting paid weekly, with dividends are paid quarterly. Yeah, I think everybody does. Everybody gets that a little wrong. Okay, we do weekly stock options. Okay, is BZ a good buy? Okay, Metric Sparrow, I never heard of it. BAESY. Uh-oh, let's try it one more time. Okay, BAESY. Okay, terribly sorry. No options, no thank you. Alrighty, Mark Williams, Procter & Gamble. Here's the top, here's the bottom. Down, up, down, up, down, up. 148. The 148 is going for 187. Hell yeah. That looks good. Let's check it out. Last 30 days. Up, down is the bottom. Up, down. Now she's going up. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Boom, she's going up. Here's your bottom. She went up, pulled back. Now she's going up again. Let's find out. Procter & Gamble, 148. Just one. And right there, here we go. Buy one, covered call, Procter & Gamble, 28 November, 148 call option, 165, 14 is the investment. Either makes sense for you or it don't. Are you live on YouTube right now, Wandering Jew? Yes, I am. I got 3 YouTube channels. SOX, would it be a good buy? Brandon, sit tight. We'll look at that next. But at this moment in time, we're looking at Procter & Gamble. If you didn't know, Procter & Gamble's over 100 years old. Profits 165 for 1 week. The investment is 14,635. Gives me a grand total of 1.1%. What's happening with my YouTube? 1.1%. Procter & Gamble, 1.1%. What's wrong with Procter & Gamble? It's over 100 years old. 5 decades of increased profits. Why not? Whoops. Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble. 28 November. The 148 call option. 165, 14,000. That's a nice little, it's only 1.1%. Now, I said earlier, what I'm looking for is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Procter & Gamble, it's over 100 years old, 5 decades or more of increased profits. Why the hell isn't it on your list? That's a better question. Why is it not on your list? And that's number 3 for today. 1.1%. Okay, I can deal with that one. Let's get rid of that. Looks. Okay. 1.1%. That looks better. All right, so we only found 3 today so far. Let's keep on going. It's 10:22. We got another half hour. We got to find another one. Brandon wants to take a look at SOX. Why? Brandon, why SOX? Really? Why? That's an honest question. Here we go. SOX. You ready, Brandon? No options. Sorry, dude. No. All right, Frederick, how are you doing today? Uh-oh. Side Hustle wants to take a look at Lowe's. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, check that out right there. Okay, here's the high, here's the low. Look at this, up, down, up, down. What's going on right there the last 30 days? Okay, your 30-day high, your 30-day bottom. She's dropping. Here's the bottom. Now she's shooting up. Okay, your top, bottom. Now she's going back up. 228, the 227.50. Oh, hell yeah. Let's take a look at that one. Lowe's. Come on, you know Lowe's. It's the blue store. 5 decades of increased profits. Why the hell not? The 230s. At the market. Oops, come on. Right there, right there, right there. And here we go. Buy one, covered call Lowe's, 28 November. The 230 call, 339, 394, 22 is the investment. Okay, Thrombo, we can have a problem with this one too. Come on, this is Lowe's. They've been in business for over 100 years. They got 5 decades or more of increased profits. What problem do you have with this one? Do you think Lowe's is going to go out of business anytime soon? I don't think so. Let's check out the numbers. The profit's 394. $3.94. Okay, the investment is going to be 22,606. Gives me a grand total of 1.7. I have no problem with 1.7 every single, and it's lows. The big question you're going to need to ask, does it make sense? Second question is, do I like this company? Why wouldn't you like Lowe's? Think about it. It's been in business for over 100 years. It's got over 5 decades of increased profits. That means every single year, more money, more money, more money, more money. Why the hell not? Especially 1.7% for 1 week. Let's do this. 1.7. There it is right there. Lowe's. Whoops. Lowe's. 28 November. The 230 call option. 394 is the profit. 22 is the investment. It's a 1.7% for 1 week. Now, I'm terribly sorry if this is so simple. It's kind of boring. Think about it. It's literally boring. It was created for a 9-year-old. My daughter was, you know what? You haven't seen her in a while, so let's bring her on down. Come on. Alrighty, over there. That's where it is. That's the. Uh-oh. I'm going to do this while that's doing that. Okay. Okay. I said 1.7, correct? 1.7%. That works. We got 4. We got 3, 6, 6, 4. We got a couple more to do. Got to get at least one more. At least one. All right, that was Procter & Gamble. The machinist dude, is it possible for me to do your method in Canada? Yeah, but if I was in Canada, I would use a virtual network, a VPN, a private virtual network. Side hustle, Colgate Palmolive, huh? You're going to go for the oldies. The tried and true. Colgate Palmolive, CL. Oh, interesting. Check that out. Bottomed out. Now she's shooting up. What's going on right there? Let's zoom into that before we go any further. Okay, seems like she's running out of steam. Okay, here's your top. Here's your bottom. She shoots up. Now, the last 2 weeks, she's just going sideways. See that? Between 78 and 79 and a half. If you like it. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have? Wandering Jew. So, sounds like I need to learn to trade options. Now, Wandering Jew, I'm not 100% sure if that's true. You have to decide what is it you want out of your investing. Now, I've stated pretty clearly what it is that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, the strategy that I'm sharing with you, I created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008 when everything crashed. She wanted to know how to trade stocks. So how do you teach a 9-year-old? It had to be simple, safe, predictable, all that stuff. So the 5 rules are very important. Never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand it, if you don't know whether or not it has options, if you don't know if they've been consistently profitable or not, if you don't know what they do, why the hell are you putting your money into it in the first place? Brandon, got that one? How did NFE do on its 3rd quarter? I have no idea. But Metric Sparrow, let's take a look. NFE, I have no idea. Who the hell is NFE? NFE. Oh, well. New Fortress Energy. I'm going to say no to this one only because look at all these zeros right there. Okay? That is horrible. If I'm wrong, and that happens once in a while, I get nothing. Okay? And I have no desire to get nothing. So, and I've never heard of the company. Bram. Good evening there, Mr. Bram. This is your new first time here. Home Depot, huh? Oh, hell no, dude. Weren't you even paying attention? This thing like dropped like a rock. Alex. Amazing stock options. Okay. How do you feel about dividend challenges? Those are only 5 years, dude. Okay, the challenges are 5 years of increased profit. Mike Sweeney, how would someone on a VPN avoid taxes? Oh, Mike. All right, you could register as a resident alien. Resident aliens don't have to pay taxes. Can you do this with VOC? What the hell is VOC? No, VOC is a monthly, okay? I don't do monthlies. Sorry, Side Hustle. King Logistics, alcohol? Was that Alcon? Alcon. Alcon, one more time. We cannot find that symbol. ALCON. Sorry, dude, it's just not there. Okay, what do we have here? James, how do you like the idea of single companies getting ready to approve for 0 days to expiration? Okay, so up-down trader, I did it once or twice. It's not something that I normally do. Because you got to remember this thing, okay? Up-down trader. It's like almost all of my money is invested on Monday. Because I like covered calls. They're simple, they're easy, they're safe for me. I've been doing them for a while. The issue I have with 1 day to expiration, ODT, okay, is I'm still in most of my stocks on Friday, which means I don't have a lot of money sitting around. I very rarely have money sitting around collecting dust. So ODT usually doesn't work for me. All right, let's keep on going. Oh, King Logistics, ALC. ALC. Alcon. Sorry, dude. Monthly. I don't do monthlies. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work for me. Sorry, logistics. Up, down. What companies will that start with? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, it's going to start off with just a few, probably, the good ones, with a good track record. Microsoft, Alphabet, etc. Yeah, okay, I agree with you. Okay, hello. All right. There is no particular ones available yet. I do the Qs a lot, though, and it does well, except lately it's been way down. Okay. Side Hustle 44, Coca-Cola. Interesting. The 71s are going for 81, but you're losing 17. You take 17 off of there, then you're not getting your 1%. Who came up with Coca-Cola? All right, Side Hustle, check this out. Here's the premium, 71.21. Means I'm buying it at 71.21, which means the 71, I'm selling at 81. But I'm losing 21 cents. So if I take the 21 cents out of there, now I'm walking away with 60. No, the number's just not working. All right. Lexman. Good evening there, Lexman. Bito, B-I-T-O. Sorry, dude, I'll wait for a bottom before I do this one. Check this out. Dropping. New bottom right there. Okay, if you like it, wait for the bottom to show up. Now, it could go lower tomorrow, And Monday could be lower still. So just sit, chill, BMNR. No, we looked that one up a while ago. Let's keep on going. The X Gamer. Good evening. Fan, you want to take a look at quadruple U, huh? Nope. This thing keeps dropping like a rock. Look it. So is BMNR bad? I didn't say that at all. BMNR. Let's go see what kind of dividends BMNR has, shall we? Johnson and Johnson. Hold tight for a second. Basketball. Tommy. Tommy, you ready for me? Margin. Negative 65%. Margin. Negative 14%. Return on assets. Negative 14%. Return on equity. Negative 95%. EBITDA, if you even know what that is, negative 1.1 million. Net income, negative 6 million. Diluted earnings per share, negative $3. Negative $3 per share. How do you not know what BMN? Douglas, how do I not know what it is? Because it's a piece of crap. Look at this. Negative, negative, negative. What do we got up here? Okay, return on assets, negative 14%. Return on equity, negative 95%. Why the hell would I want to know what this thing is for? I know who to stay away from. But Douglas, take a look at it. Take a look at these numbers. Negative 95%. What the hell would I want to look at that for? I agree with you, but you pulled it up. No, someone else wanted me to take a look at it. Now, I said, I'll take a look at anything you want. Somebody said, why do you not like it? The numbers are horrible. That's why I don't like it. There's 10,600 different companies. 10,600 companies. Why the hell would I want this one? Negative, 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 negative. Earnings per share, negative $3. Book value, $1.40. Really? The book value is $1.40. And no. Let's just get out of this one. That's a piece of my humble opinion. I don't know anybody who has it. But not for me. What do you see? Well, what do you use to get those numbers? Tommy, all right, what do I use to get those numbers? Tommy, this is yes. Okay, you need, if you want to invest in anything, any investment whatsoever, you need to know where to find detailed information about the companies you want to look at. I use Yahoo Finance. You can use Google Finance. You can use the Wall Street Journal. You could use the what do you call it? The Post, Saturday Morning Post, evening, whatever the fuck that is. You can use NSYE, the New York Stock Exchange. You can use that one. You can use almost any financial website to find out the information. This just happens to be Yahoo Finance. I've been using it for over 20 years. It's easy for me to navigate. King Logistics, KHC, Kraft Heinz. Ooh, now that looks cool. Look at this. Bouncing off that bottom. A year ago, here's the high, here's the low, here's what it was, here's where it is. Look, it's down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. $24.98. Come on. $24.98. The closest one's going to be $25. Let's take a look. Don't even need this. The 25 is going for, are you shitting me? Really? The 25 is going for 11 cents. Hell no. That's not even 0.5%. Sorry, the chart looks great. The numbers look terrible. Next. Sorry, Knight's Logic. Next. Are you a fan of Amazon or are they another Tesla? Okay, Johnny Boy, Amazon has no dividends. Neither does Tesla. Angel, Toast. T-O-S-T. Dropping like a rock, Angel. The high's right there. Dropping, dropping, dropping. Yeah, wait for it to turn around. Is it better to sell a covered call on Monday if you are avoiding getting shares called away? Kevo, is always going to be a numbers game. What are you buying it for? What are you selling it for? What are you collecting? Where's it going? All those kind of nice, neat things. Argue all you want. Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday. They come, they go. They come, they go. Where are the questions you're asking coming from? Where are the questions you're asking coming from? Oh, Thrombo. Okay, you relatively new here. Okay, Thrombo. The questions I'm answering and I'm asking. I'm live streaming on 9 different platforms. You're only on 1. So you only see the questions here on this one. You don't see the questions over there. You don't see the questions over there. You don't see the questions over there, or the questions down here. Terribly sorry. Those are the questions. The question I have from you is, where do you put your money and how do you figure out the risk-reward ratio? Because for me, I like companies that are over 5 decades old. That means at least 50 years old and have at least 2 decades of profits, which means 20 years of profits, higher and higher and higher. I'm not 100% sure why you're even here, because apparently you don't like some of the risk-reward ratios there are. Lucas, Marcus, Lexman. So usually you'd be 1 strike up for 1% return. Not 100%. Okay, Lexman, it's always going to be a numbers game. Okay, what is the chart telling me? Let me give you a quick little example. Let's pull up Wally World, because somebody wants to look at that one anyway. Okay, so here's Wally World. Alrighty. Alright, so here we go. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. Just follow the momentum. Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so she's going up right now. Do I like Walmart? Do I think Walmart will go out of business within the time frame in which I own the shares? I don't think so. Walmart's been around longer than I've been alive. I didn't know it. I never heard of it because I grew up in a small town. We didn't have a Walmart. We didn't have a Walmart until, the 2000s. That's how small my town was. But here's the thing. If I buy Walmart at 107, I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me for the exact same price I just paid for it, it's going to give me $174 per share. That's more than 1%. So I got a couple of questions to ask myself. Number 1, does it make sense? Number 2, do I like Walmart? Number 3, do I like Walmart at this current price? Number 4, am I willing to hold on to it regardless if it drops to consistently get a weekly cash flow from it, whatever that may be? At this point in time, the 107s are selling for 174. I have no idea what number that is, but let's see. Okay, so let's go. Covered calls. The 107s right there. Just one of them. And at the market, there we go. And here we have it. You ready? Buy 1 covered call Walmart, 28 November. That means it's next Friday, not this Friday. The 107 call option. It's got a profit of 150. The investment is 10,000. That might be right around 1%. Let's find out. Calculator, if you please. 150 divided by 10,000, 550 gives me a grand total of 1.4%. Now, I'm okay with 1.4%. works better. Okay, so 1.4% for Wally World. Hey, let's pull it up. There it is. There we have it. Walmart, 28 November, 107 call option. 150 is the profit, 10,000 is the investment, 1.4% for the week. Now, 1% a week is over 50% for a year. Well, 1.4, that's got to be at least, I want to say, 92. Let's multiply it out. Times 52, grand total of 73. I wasn't even close. But still, 73% is not bad for 1 week, for 1 year, sorry, 1 year. I said it was 1.4, didn't I? .4%. Wow, we're doing pretty damn good. Oh, we have 15 minutes left. Let's answer some questions. Questions. What do we have? Tommy, is there a video I can watch to learn how to navigate those numbers on Yahoo Finance and how to apply? You know what, Tommy? That's a good question. I honestly don't know. I mean, I can make one, but if I make one, it's going to be specifically how I use it. All right, Ruleless. Thank you, saying hi. Good evening. EMN. Ruleless, I have no idea what EMN is. Let's take a look at it. Ruleless wants to take a look at EMN. EMN. Is that right? Yeah, EMN. Sorry, kiddo. I don't do monthlies. You see that? November, December, January, March, June. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. All right. Don't. Angler. No, you don't have to invest 10K. Okay, you can start off small. James, can you show us how to roll forward Walmart to next week? I don't have Walmart, so I really can't show you how to roll it to next week. Basically, let me give you an example. Okay. Oh, let's take a look at, I don't know, VFC. Why not VFC? All right, right here. Very first thing you want to do. Now, remember that this behind me is live on YouTube, so you can take a look at it on YouTube to see exactly how it works. Pay attention for a second. Whatever stock you want to look at, you got to take your little cursor, see it right there moving around, put it right on top of the stock you're talking about, right click, this window here opens up. And then the fourth one down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Create rolling order, right there. So I click on create rolling order, and there it is. Okay, and here we go. You ready? All right, so here's the order right here, this red line. Okay, and there's 2 sections to it because you're buying back one and you're selling the next one. Watch. All right, so I got 5. Okay, that's quantity. 5. Here's the symbol. Here are the dates. Okay, this date says 28 November, which is next Friday. This one says 5 December, which is the next Friday from that. So I'm pushing it forward 1 week. So I would be buying back 28 November, and I would be selling 5 December. Say, I'm not changing the strike price. Okay, this here is how much the market maker is offering me. At the moment, he's offering me 17 cents a share. You know what I say to that? Hell yes. because I'm into it at 14.50. See, 14.69 right there. That's all it is. If I'm making more than 1%, I'll take it. Now that 17 is 17 cents per share. How many shares do I have? 5 contracts. 5 contracts is 500 shares. So what's 500 shares times 17 cents? Okay. 17 cents multiplied by 500 shares, grand total of a whopping $85. It's not a huge amount, but it's just $85 every single week. Not every single week, but for this week. And it's over 1%. Over 1%, $85. Now, how many other positions do I have that I can do something like that on? I have all these in this particular account. Remember, I have 7 different accounts, wherever, right? There, see? All these accounts. I'm not showing them all to you. I share 3 of them. That's it. All right, I got 7 accounts. I only share 3 of them publicly. All right. So hopefully that answered that question. We got 10 minutes left. What kind of questions do we have? Moths trades. ABR. What the hell is ABR? ABR. Arbor Realty. Why are we looking at Arbor Realty? Historical. See what the dividends look like. Considered selling puts to incorporate the wheel strategy. Beast, I believe you. I love data right there. What we're going to look at is just the dividends, because I could look at 20 years worth of, what do they call those? Quarterly reports and annual reports. I prefer not to. All right, so Arbor Realty goes way back to 2004. Wait. That doesn't look right. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm going to say no to Arbor Realty. Reason being, there's no 2009, no 2010, no 2011. So they're missing 4 years. But let's check the numbers. 35 to 43. Higher, 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 lower, higher, 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 higher. Oh, they're all the same. Okay? 62 to 24. That's horrible. It went from 20... Wait. It went from 62 to 24 to 7. Oh, hell no. Who came up with Arbor Moth? Come on, didn't you check the numbers? Let's keep on keeping on. Mr. Sharp, what app or website are you using to show the candlesticks? All right, so Mr. Sharp, it's not a website. Okay? This is a trading platform owned by Chucky. So if I click this right here, Chucky right there, and log in to your trade. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Lon Perry, Calvin Hobbes. I have no idea who Calvin Hobbes is. Oh, vous parlez français? Certainement. Comment ça va toujours? Ça va bien, non? Prince, I like your French accent. Merci. Merci, bonsoir. Vous allez bien. Bonsoir et bienvenue. Everybody's still in mourning. David and Lisa. Hey. I have no idea why people are in mourning, David. Is that morning as in good morning? Like good morning to you? Or is it morning as, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, user 61 wants to take a look at Ford. No. Look at this. Ford was at a high of the year right there. She drops, retrace, drops again. She's going to keep on coming down until she comes up with a new low before she turns around again. Ooh, Phantom. Let's look at Macy's. Christopher, James, can you show us how to roll? Where did you that one? Angler, you want to invest in NVIDIA? You have fun with that. Don't ask me about my opinion on NVIDIA. You ain't going to like it. What do we have here? King Logic, I do want to understand your research and your method. Okay, King Logic, the research is simple. Okay, let me give you a really brief, quick reasoning with the research. Okay, so King Logistics. When I say I'm only interested in companies that are consistently profitable year after year after year after year for at least 2 decades, that's 20 years. That's what I want for me. What you guys choose to do on your own, hey, that's up to you guys. But how do I pick those stocks? Simple. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. Those 5 lists right there. You can go to Google and put them right into the search. Dividend Kings List 2025. Warren Buffett's stock list 2025. And they just pop up. They're there for free. And not my list, got nothing to do with me whatsoever. But here's the thing. In order to make any one of those lists, to be a Dividend King, just the name implies royalty. There's 10,600 different companies out there, all looking to do the exact same thing. Make more money this year than they made last year. And if they consistently make money year after year after year after year, guess what? They become an elite company. Once you get to 10 years, you are a dividend contender. Once you get to 25 years, you're either a dividend champion or a dividend aristocrat. Once you get to 5 decades, you are now a dividend king, which means you are consistently profitable year after year after year after year. Why the hell don't you buy these companies? That should be the better question. All right, we're running out of time. What else do we have here? Tommy, you should make a video on how to use those numbers when looking at stocks. Tommy, do me a favor, all right? You come up with a good outline for a video. I'll throw one together. Okay, and I'll put it up, and you can take a look at it. I'll even write you as a honorable mention. DILF in the making. Okay. Angler, how are you? Tommy? Is that Bloomberg? No, I use Yahoo Finance. You can use Bloomberg if you want. They'll tell you the same answers. Thank you for your live. Have a good one, boss. You too there, King Logistics. Road Korea. How long have I been trading? Over 30 years. Can you believe that? So the picks that you made today, you will assess on Monday again and execute good ones? Hold that thought, side hustle. Lexman, would REITs qualify for wheel strategy usually? Some of them do, some of them don't. It always comes down to a personal decision. Okay, now just because a stock looks good, you have to ask yourself certain questions. Okay, is it a good enough company for you to put your hard-earned money into? And what is your exit strategy? Do you have one? Do you even have a trading strategy? Now, a lot of people like the wheel strategy, and it's a good strategy. Okay, I just don't use it. Too many moving parts. And remember, what I'm showing you is what I showed my 9-year-old. Okay, trying to explain the wheel strategy to a 9-year-old, no thanks, because now I have to explain the Greeks. Hell no. And then it's no longer a 10-minute endeavor. It's more like 20 to 30. No. I mean, I love my daughter, but I don't give her that much credit. Sorry. Sorry, JC. All right. What else do we have? Lucas, XPO. What the hell is that? XPO Inc. Hell no. Have a great night, you too. Riley, you too. Okay, you too. God, good, God, good. Yep. Coles. Didn't we look at Coles already? No. Yes, we did. OKLO. Thoughts on Hood? Hood has not been around for 20 years. Hood's dropping like a rock. Look at it. No. Wait for the bottom. Mike. OKLO. OKLO. Again, Mike. Dropping like a rock. Gorv. Edwin. Del Castillo. GORV. What the hell is that? GORV. Lazy Days Holdings. No. No. Can you still have open positions with EM call? What is an EM call? M-Doll. Was it M-Dolly? M-Dolly. SoFi, no dividends, no thank you. Kevo, the 1% isn't possible each week if you have a large unrealized loss to avoid called away. Kevo, I'm going to beg to differ. Sorry. Why is Amazon dropping like a rock? Don't know, don't care. I don't look at it. Same thing with Palantir. Don't know, don't care. Okay, no dividends, no thank you. So Kevo, stocks go up, stocks go down. Okay, where is it? Kev? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 positions, Kev. What I want to make sure, Kev, is I want to go into a statement. Rid of this. I don't need that. I don't need that. Okay, and I want to do this right here. Last week, August. I don't want to look at August. I want to look at November, right there, the 10th through the 14th. Okay. So, who's that? Kevo, you ready? Kev, this is all my trades. Every single trade I did in this account from Monday to Friday. All right? What I want to do is I want to double check okay, this is what I want to check right here. Kevo, you ready? Okay, Kevo, let's take a quick look at this if you don't mind, Kev. You ready? I'm a mini beast. They can't call it away if it's lost and strike price, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. All right, Kevo, you ready for this? This is all the trades for 1 week, the 10th through the 14th. Last Monday to last Friday. Now, this account has 130,000 in it. So what I'm looking for is $1,300 out of all these trades. Let's take a quick gander. You ready? Bring up my calculator. Right there. Let's clear this. All right. Ready, Kev? Here we go. Very first trade, 4 times 17. What's 4 times 17? 17 multiplied by 4 comes a grand total of $68. Not a great start. Hold on. Next one. 1 at 27. Okay. 27 plus memory. There we go. Now we're on the third one. The third one right here. 20 times 86. All right, well, let's do that. 20 contracts. Are you ready, Kev? 20 contracts at 86 cents a share. So 20 contracts is actually 2,000 shares at 86 cents a share. 1,700. Kev, did you see that? 1,700. This one trade right here, just this one trade. What one was it? LUV, Southwest Airlines. I bought the stock here. I sold the option here. 86 cents a share, 20 contracts. That's 2,000 shares. My friend, that is $1,720. Just that one trade. All right, let's Add it to the list. Okay. Next. The next one. Hymns. $10. Big deal. Okay. $10. Add it in. There it is. Okay. That was hymns right there. Okay. Now we rolled it forward. Here it is. The same trade right there. LUV, LUV. We did it again. 20 contracts. 33 cents a share. What's 33 cents a share times 2,000? Okay. 33 cents a share. Multiply 2,000 shares. Another $660. Here we go. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. This is the last thing we're doing tonight, and then we're done. Hold on, Kev. That was right there. Okay, so now we're on Mara. 9 and 1 is 10 at 32. So 10, which is 1,000 shares, at 32 cents a share. There you go, 320. 8. Now where am I? 32, that was it. Okay, now we're on Coles. 31 times 1, that's only $31. Big deal. All right, clear that. $31 plus memory. Hold on, Kev, we're still going. What was that? That was Coles, 31. Okay. LUV, oh shit, we did it again. 30 of them this time. That's 3,000 shares at 31 cents a share for Southwest Airlines. All right, so let's do it. 31 times 3,000. 31 cents multiplied 3,000 shares, grand total of $930. Okay, plus memory, clear. Where are we now? We just did that one. Hymns, $8. Big deal. But hey, it adds up. Plus memory, get out of there. Okay, now Estee Lauder. 1, 2, 3. Bummer. Okay, so 1 at 162. Okay, 162 plus memory, clear. All right, that's 1. Here's another one at 161. Okay, 161 plus memory, clear. 3 times 160. All right, so it's 160 multiplied by 3, because there's 3 of them, equals 480. Plus memory, clear. So now we're on Estee Lauder. 5 contracts, 500 shares at 114. Hold on, we're almost done. 114 multiplied by 5, grand total of 570. Plus memory, cool. Okay, that was that one. Coles, 4 at 46. 46 multiplied by 4, 184. Plus memory, clear. Last but not least, Kevo, you ready? VFC, 5 of them at 55. 5 times 55, I don't know. Actually, it's 500 times 55 cents. 55 cents multiply 500. Grand total of 275 plus memory. Memory recall. Okay, so where would he go? Where did he go? There he goes. Okay, Kevo. So for this $140,000 account, just 1 week, last week, $5,600 for 1 week on a $150,000 stock, $140,000 account. It's $5,600 in 1 week. Let's do the math. 5,600. Divide that by 140,000. Grand total of 4% last week. So you're saying 1% isn't possible each and every week. I get that. And no, you're not going to get 1% on every single trade. But you're going to average, if you do it right, all of these were done in 1 week. Okay? That was last week. What do we have for this week? 17 through the 20th. Holy cow, we don't have anything, do we? Not a whole heck of a lot, is there? But here's the thing. The week's not over until tomorrow. And I do most of my trading, tomorrow. But this is what we got so far. 5 times 16, 5 times 9, 2 times 22, 30 times 30. Okay, is that going to come up to 1%? $1,500? I don't know. I won't know until tomorrow afternoon when I buy and sell whatever it is I got to do tomorrow, because options expire tomorrow. Okay, I don't hide anything. I show you everything that I do. Let's go back. The first week. Okay. All right, so here's the first week of November. What do we have? VFC. Nice. That. Nice. They're all profits. Add them up. Do they come up to $1,500? That's my goal. $1,500 every week from this one account. Last week was a nice account. Nice. All right, we're past 11 o'clock. We are done. Do I have anything else? They can't call it away if the loss, your strike price should always be at or above your purchase. I'm going to agree with you, Mini Beast. All right, Foxtrot, nice try. 1%, but it's still all cash. Okay. All right, cool beans. Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. Okay, Mrs. Jones, this is Think or Swim. Mark, how are you today? I'm a Mini Beast, especially if you hold hundreds of those stocks. Absolutely. Have a great night. Absolutely. Thank you. Elliot, have a nice night. I'm a Mini Beast. Hey, don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Mini Beast. Elliot, are you worried about the AI bubble? No. I don't think I have any AI stocks. I'm using Think or Swim. Thank you. AES, we looked at that earlier. All righty. Yes, Charles Schwab owns Think or Swim. Yep. You're down 100 grand. Yeah, I'm down, I think, 30 or 40 that I know of. I haven't looked at my other accounts, so I don't know. Foxtrot, your French much better than my English. Merci beaucoup, bonsoir. Amusez bien. Bonsoir et bienvenue. All right, Google, hell no. Adrian, thank you there, Adrian. Crown Art Customs, thank you. UPS, take a look at it next time. Thoughts on Cat? Ooh, I like Caterpillar. All right. I think we're done. Yeah, Gustav, I know that. 3,000 shares of LUV is 90,000 alone. I get that. But you got to remember one thing, Gustav. I have a margin account. So no, it's not 30,000 for me. What is it? What were we talking about? LUV. Yeah, 92. All right. Which one? Gustav. Uh-oh, can't see it. Let's get this thing out of the way. Okay? 92,000. Gustav. For LUV. It is what it is, dude. Okay, do I like it? Yeah, I like it. What is it bringing me every week? Whole bunch. So am I worried about it? No. You got that? All right. All right. So that being said, you guys have a great night. We'll do this all again next week. That's it. Next week. Have a great night, everyone, and we will see you later. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, for which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I